Here we go again.
Alrighty, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here a slight bit earlier. We're actually going to start very quickly here, just a couple seconds until we start up the lobby. So today we will have LVC Valorant taking on SUNY Canton. I forgot the team name for a second, but they'll be taking on SUNY Canton in week number 2 of the Riot College Valorant League. This is the eastern side of it. I believe there's also western. There might even be a central. I've looked up all this Riot stuff. I don't really remember it all too well, to be quite honest, though. SUNY Canton, I think they won their last match last week. I forget. But last week for LVC, we saw them take on RIT D2, and they won 13-7, 13-9, I think it was. They had a very, very good series last Sunday. Sorry, it was like last Sunday at 8 p.m. or something like that. But this Saturday at 3 p.m. is the default time. So next week, we will also see LVC play for the Riot League. I believe it's on. They rescheduled it, or at least they are trying to reschedule it. As next week is also the LAN for Valorant. They will be heading over to, I think it's New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's at Rutgers University. I wanted to sound fancy and actually give the name of the city where the campus is, but I don't know about Rutgers. So they're somewhere over in New Jersey. And LVC Valorant will be heading over for the LAN they qualified in for CECC. And they will be playing in the event there. I believe it's 8 teams or something like that. They qualified for that a few weeks ago through the online qualifier. And they played very, very well. So we'll see how that goes for them. But for right now, we have them taking on SUNY Canton in the Riot League. The map set is Haven, where LVC will be on the defense. Then Pearl, where LVC will start on attack, and then Ascent if we go to the decider on map 3, where LVC will also be on the attack there. This is a very good map set. I mean, this is pretty much the perfect map set for LVC. They have played immensely well on all 3 of these maps. We've seen them play pretty much the same series every series all year. We have not seen a lot of deviation from this, especially with how LVC's comp works. They just don't really prefer to play Icebox or Breeze. They're not fans of those maps. So Icebox was actually banned by SUNY Canton, and Breeze was banned by LVC. And the rest of the bans I don't really remember, to be quite honest. I just remember those 2 being first. But we are now loading on into the game here with the agent picks. As you can see here. So very quickly, the LVC players are going to lock in those agents. John going to be on the Raze, Sardog the Chamber, Juice going to hop over to Astra. This is a slightly different comp than what we would normally see, but LVC has planned to run Sardog on the Chamber on this map, as well as he has just played very, very well on Chamber overall. He used to play Reyna on Haven, but now he will not. Zarya going to pick up Breach, and Squirtle going to hop on Fade. I don't know if Squirtle... I'm pretty sure in the rotation, Squirtle will not play anything other than Fade. So I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's how it is for the LVC composition. But over on the side of SUNY Canton, we will have Psy hop on the Jet. Radiate going to be on Chamber. Ashi going to hop on KO. JCK on Omen. And Damien looking like he's going to play Sova here. This is a bit different. I do like the Jet pick. Jet is a very good agent to have on Haven. I believe Omen also a solid pick. We have seen Juice play Omen every so often on this map, but it's not going to be that way today. Oh, and LVC going to start on the defense, so we'll see how they decide to set up. I'd imagine we'll see very similar setup to what they normally would run, which would be a Sardog on the Chamber over at C, watching through long. Going to have that teleport on top of the box, or on top of the turbine, the box, whatever you want to call it, over at C. And then we'll see a dual setup over at A, more than likely. Looks like on the attacking end of things here, it's going to be a hit through Garage. 5 sack here for SUNY. Sardog gonna toss a teleport down, or a alarm bot. It's not an alarm bot, that's the Killjoy thing, but it's the same. It's the same concept. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. Sardog maybe not gonna get on top of the turbine this time. It looks like he won't. Gonna favor just playing down low. We'll see Radiate also look to at least just get a peek here. Juice gonna run into some action here quickly. Sardog gets picked immediately. The trade there for Juice though. So initial plays onto the site. Looks like this will be control for SUNY. They should be able to get the spike down. They're gonna go for that plant and they will get it. So very quickly, that push through garage is gonna be helpful for SUNY, and John with the satchel finds one. Can he get out to his second? He's at least baiting these players off, and the shot's not there for SUNY. JCK goes down, and John gonna get traded out. Squirtle also working with John there. Zario gonna hop the defuse, and his teammate's gonna pick up the other kill. So pistol round quickly in the hands of LVC. I like the idea of that push from SUNY. The problem was just the execution. The shot's a bit off there. I think if John gets picked up earlier, then we could possibly see Squirtle get double shot as well. But the shot's just a little bit off for SUNY, and LVC going to start this game up 1-0.
Right there.
We'll have to see if SUNY decides to go back to that C site. They did get control of it pretty easily, and they did find that pick onto Sardog early, but they just weren't able to hold the site as LVC started their retake. Zario going to toss down a concussion through B main. There's going to be 2 flying through here. That's 1 down, but Sai makes his way through. We'll see if he can at least pick up Squirtle. The Prowler, though, going to hit, and Squirtle going to have that kill, and all of a sudden it's all down to Damien, who finds that kill into John. Maybe not expecting him to play in this spot, but that's going to be a lot of work for Damien. They know where he is, and he's not in a good spot to get away. Juice picking up the second for LVC, and man, 2 very, very quick rounds. I mean, I don't even think either of them have taken over a minute,
right there,
to be quite honest. If they did, it was like at a minute. So LVC starting off about what you expect from them. Very, very hot, playing well as a team, and really showing out here. In the bonus round, they're just going to look to get some of these rifles off. Round 1 will be even better, but just getting the rifles off of these players of SUNY is really what they want. John going to get detected. Juice finds a She. Sai going to pick up Sardog, though. JCK is in a good spot here, pinching with Damien. The Prowler, though, going to get the spot onto JCK, so he's just going to teleport out. Squirtle finds Sai. John going to be able to get behind JCK, and now it's all down to Radiate. Does have a Vandal here, so he has the gun advantage, but he's going to need to grab that spike, which is not in a favorable position for him, and John going to clean him up. 3 rifles for LVC, and also the round, 3-0. LVC just flying through mid in that round and playing very confidently, as we have seen them do this before, but I mean, it just worked to perfection there for LVC, and that's what you like to see from them. And especially with this being the Riot sponsored tournament or event, I don't really know. It's kind of all the above. That's what you want to see LVC doing. You want to see them playing confidently. You want to see them really taking it to every single team in this this league or in this subdivision. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest, how it would be termed, but that's what we'll go with. A heavy push through mid here for SUNY. Squirtle going to get that spot with the Prowler. Zario going to be tucked in that close corner. He may spot one, and he does. Gets the shots through the wall. That's also spiked down. Now, the smoke going to have to be useful here for SUNY if they want to keep themselves alive in this round. Did John get the spot? I don't think he did. I think they were just above or just below the top of the smoke there. These players of SUNY are going to try and get together. John trying to spray through the smoke. At least gets that Sova very, very tagged. Sardog gonna have to watch A main here. What can he find? He's gonna get naded out, so he may end up falling here. He does at least get the teleport out. Spike now getting planted. Sardog find a shot. John playing close in arches here. LVC just looking to get together, get this retake. They don't need to rush anything.
I'll find you.
Present's going to get detected, but Squirtle going to be able to get that eye off, and it spots two. John picks up the first, gets traded though. Sardog up top finds another with a shot. He's just going to have to watch over his teammates in long. Squirtle picking up that kill. Last player left alive, going to get sniped by Sardog. Zario already on that defuse early, and fourth round in a row for LVC. 4-0 in their favor. They are looking very, very clean today. And this is what we like to see from the side of LVC. Two players still have not died from LVC. Juice and Squirtle both 5-0-1. Really showing out here. We'll start off the round with Juice actually, as he's going to look to place down some smokes. We've seen him just pull off some fantastic plays as the Astra, and just such a smart player, knowing exactly where he needs to put these smokes and needs to put his pulls, and the Cosmic Dividers have always been very, very well placed from him as well. John going to be able to spot two players off the smoke, and JCK going to at least be able to get the trade. Spike is down, but Radiate finding another kill. Sai just going to get taken out immediately before he even gets to use those knives. So that's one ultimate down. Tour de Force going to be available for Radiate here very, very soon. Either after this round or maybe even before if he finds a kill. But now the push is halted for SUNY. They need to work towards something now if they want to get control of a site. Sardog going to be watching through long. We'll see if he decides to turn away from this. He does get smoked out, so not going to spot these players crossing. Squirtle going to look to back him up, and Sardog picking up Damien with the op, but Squirtle going to get traded. Now it's a 2v2. Spike not going to go down just yet. Just trying to make sure that no one can push here. Spike finally going down. Radiate going to be in a one-on-one with Juice here. Sardog up top. Not going to be able to spot anyone in short. See, Radiate go down to hell. Juice and Sardog need to start working this site. That's going to be one for Juice. Looks like he's going to read the play in hell, but not going to get the kill. And Radiate going to get the 1v2 clutch. That's the first round on the board for SUNY, and that's a very crucial one for them, as their econ could have been annihilated had they not taken that round.
A gift.
And SUNY finally showing some life here, coming off the clutch, and that's really what you want to see from them. And it looks like the Tour de Force is going to come out from Radiate. That's kind of what I expected. After this round, he would end up popping it. Sardog 2 off of his, but every other ultimate on his team is ready.
Let's play.
We'll see if the Tour de Force plays a factor in this round. Sardog going to be the only one on the C site for now, but as the util gets put down, and we'll likely see a rotation come in from LVC. The drone coming in from Damien. Not going to spot anything. Sardog's still in a very good spot here. Smoke going to go down. SUNY really slowing up their pushes now, as at the start of the game we saw them just flying towards sites, and no longer do we see that as Juice gets the spray. Sardog picks up Sai. Now Radiate just trying to push through. Can he spot anything with the Tour de Force? That's one. Juice, his head gets ripped off, as now he gets revealed by the Haunt. He's going to decide not to shoot the Prowler. playing the push. JCK at 2 HP, but he doesn't have the spike. He needs to get this down. All of LVC just waiting for this to go through. The ultimate from Damien going to come out. Sardog picks off Radiate. JCK gets taken down by the RPG from John. Now Damien, the last player left alive, stuck in long, and that's the last kill of the round. And I actually thought the spike went down, and it did not. It didn't get fully planted before JCK had been taken off the map. So LVC going to prevent the plant, not only prevent the plant from going down, but prevent any other clutches in the round. And LVC now at 5-1. LVC came in very, very hot today, and I will say their strats have looked phenomenal on the defensive side. They have been playing retakes when they need to, and I mean the retakes have just worked for them. So we'll see if they can continue on here. Presence detected here for Zario. But John going to find the first one named main, and the rest of the team, pretty much the rest of the team is here. Squirtle finds another. John picks up one, almost gets the second as well, but Damien going to pick up that kill. But now it's all down to him, the 1v4. Seen this situation so many times for SUNY. As Damien now trying to push through mid. Gonna get the spot on the Juice, but it doesn't matter. Sardog there for the trade. It's a bit of a cheeky flank from him, but Sardog backing him up, backing up Juice, and putting LVC at 6 now. It's at least one gun off of LVC, or 2 guns off of LVC actually, because John died in that round as well. So
That works.
they'll have to purchase a couple. I mean, the Econ's still in a perfectly okay state for LVC. SUNY gonna force this round, and this could be disastrous if they don't manage to take it.
Teleport's ready.
Oh, Zario also used his ultimate in that last round, I believe, so there's also that. Sardog not going to hit the shot onto Radiate, and now the overload coming in for a Shy. Sardog gets a hit on that snipe, but it's not going to drop Radiate. Oh, the kill's just going LVC's way. The only player left alive is Sai, and I mean, John finds 3. I thought Sardog was going to peek long, and then it doesn't even matter. He finds 3, and John finds 3, and the push just stopped like a crash test for a Lamborghini. SUNY trying to play fast there. I mean, they just ram into the brick wall that is LVC. Now LVC up 7-1 and completely annihilating the economy for SUNY. There's just really not been much of anything they can do in this entire map.
Blinding.
Zario gonna look to blind mid. It doesn't. I don't think it hit anybody, so it doesn't really matter.
Obscuring
Juice
vision.
sees that smoke go down in garage. Just gonna sit back a little bit and watch the push over to C. Sardog has this watch in garage. Is anyone gonna peek him? Doesn't look like it'll happen just yet. But I'd imagine these players do want to get through garage and play towards C. Unless if Sai here finds a pick over towards B, then they'll probably look to rotate. But the execute slowly but surely starting to come through. And Sardog! We've seen him hit so many of those shots, and John going to pick up Radiate over at A. Bounces out, looks for Damien, but Damien back a bit further. Spike is still in spawn, but say at least picking up 1 for LVC or for SUNY there. And Sardog just barely escaping 47 HP there. Juice gonna run into some trouble here over in garage. Cut, finds Sai on the run out. And spots Damien. That's another kill for Juice. Can he find the 3rd? No. Squirtle though, right there to back his teammate up, and no more damage done as LVC still continuing to roll on. And I mean, that was a save round for SUNY, as they didn't really have the econ to buy there. So we'll see if they can bounce back here. Still not a full buy, but for the most part they have some weapons. I would imagine Damien will buy a Vandal here as well. And yeah, he will. So another force coming out from SUNY. We'll see how they decide to go about this hit. There's not really anything has worked for them. Sardog going to pull out that Tour de Force, but he's on the wrong site. Because this time, we'll see SUNY go for an A hit. Squirtle and John going to run into a lot of pressure here in just a couple seconds out of the smoke. Squirtle doesn't get checked up top heaven. And John might have a huge nade if that manages to hit. And it's just going to force these players from SUNY out of position. Right into Zario's crosshairs. He finds one. Squirtle pushing down from heaven. Finds another pick of his own. And the last player left up is JCK. What can he do in the 1v4? Gonna fake that teleport. Gets hit by the concuss and the Tour de Force. Gonna close it out for LVC. Now 9-1. Looking to just put SUNY Canton in the dirt. SUNY just need to get something going here. I mean, LVC, not only the strats, but the shot has just been so significantly in favor of LVC here. They really have been able to do no wrong.
No loose ends.
And a lot of these rounds have been started by this man right here, Sardog. With the op over at C, gets the spot on the Psy. Gonna back down Juice, finding the opening pick. We'll see Psy pull out the knives. See if Sardog can do anything about it. Both shots miss. Juice here to back up Sardog. Psy just gonna push away. We'll see if Heaven gets checked here, and it does, but the shot not gonna do enough damage. Squirtle finding the headshot on the Radiate there over at A. The Spike is here though. A Shy. Gonna try and get through the site, and he does. Nightfall looking to come through for Squirtle. Are they gonna need it though? As Spike goes down. Plant now.
Spike planted
for a She. Nightfall gets called. The nade kills Psy, and there goes a Shy as well. And Squirtle gonna find that shot onto JCK as all 5 players of LVC just launching bullets in every single direction towards him. Sardog gonna pick up the last of that defuse. John gonna have that RPG, and Juice gonna have the Cosmic Divider. I think he's had it for several rounds. He hasn't really had a reason to use it just yet, but he most certainly will look to use it here as we go into the last round of the half. And looks like SUNY saved for next in the last round. So we're going to see ultimates ready for JCK with the teleport, and Damien going to have that Sova ultimate. Could look to hold the site. If they can get on to one of these sites, they can look to hold with that ultimate and kind of play around that. Teleport going to come in for JCK. Going to spot Sardog, but he's just going to teleport down, and I'm not a big fan of that, as he calls in his ultimate. John just flying through, finds 3.
Attacker spawn.
What a mechanical play from John there. Sardog gets the call over to John, and he just does his thing. Flies through with the ultimate. Shoots it all the way across the T spawn, and manages to hit it somehow. And then just gets the flick on to the player that pushes him after. Man, John just doing his thing over in T spawn, and now LVC just 2 rounds away from taking map number 1 so quickly. Pistol round though, a good time for SUNY to reset, and maybe they've been saving something for him as for LVC, as they very well could have LVC right where they want them. You know, you go up, you start over-channeling, you start getting a bit too confident in your gameplay. And then that's when you start losing rounds if your shot slows down. But look at the mini-map. All of LVC sprinting onto the C site. And 3 players on this side of SUNY, from SUNY push through garage, and no one for LVC knows that. Damien gonna find the opener on the Squirtle. It's a good start for SUNY. Trade is there. What is this push from T-Spawn going to look like? Juice setting up for Garage, but he hears the players of SUNY, and they're not going to check this top plat, and that's going to be disaster as Sardog and Juice combine for the next few kills, and SUNY, they just need to check that plat spot. I'm not even sure why no one looked there, to be quite honest. And now LVC 1 round away from sending us over to Pearl on map 2, which that's a bit scary. If I'm SUNY, that is terrifying to me. Pearl has been the best map for LVC this entire year, and LVC is up in map 1 12-1. It looks like we're just going to see Squirtle get trapped there, maybe looking for a lineup, gets trapped by his teammates. They're definitely having fun over there. As the Boombot spots one, and JCK gets taken down so quickly as John just flying through, and that's going to be the spike down, and this is a really bad situation for SUNY. They are in a very rough spot right now, as they are going to have to find a miraculous push if they want to take this round from LVC and keep themselves in it. But not only that, I mean, they have a tough task ahead of them if they want to take this map or even get close. Sai gonna miss the first shot and gets naded back, and there's really no time left for lollygagging around. SUNY just need to push. Zario finds one, Sardog finds another, and it's all down to Damien. And Flawless gonna end off game number 1 for LVC as they go up in the series 1-0, 13-1. And as I said, I mean, oh, I didn't mean to transition the scene there. I wanted to check out the scoreboard real quick. I mean, the best player from SUNY, 5-14-3, and you just cannot have that happen. John, 19-5, Juice, 14-4, Sardog, also 13-4-5. I mean, there's not much you can do if you're SUNY there either. As now we head into Pearl, and this is a very scary situation for SUNY. Pearl is, I would say Pearl is a much better map for LVC than Ascent. Now, or than Haven. Haven is a map that LVC does like to play, and I'm not going to say they're not as good on it as they are. Well, I'm going to say they're not as good on it as they are in Pearl, but I would say they're fairly close. Their Haven is somewhat close to what they are on Pearl, so there's at least that, but still getting 13-1, and that was their map pick as well. I am not liking how it looks right now for SUNY. They are going to have to find an answer somewhere, some way, if they want to take this map, or if they want to, well, yeah, if they want to take this map and force a game 3 on Ascent, which arguably LVC has played better on Ascent than they have on Haven. So this is a really rough series here for SUNY if they want to put themselves in a spot to win here. As I had mentioned, I don't really remember. I don't have the Riot thing ready. The page for the league readily available. I will see if I can find it, but I don't. LVC I do know is 1-0, and RIT, the team that they played last week, is currently 0-1. Obviously, since that's who LVC played and won against. But I would imagine RIT will win their game. They play UMCP. I think it's like UMCP, like bronze or something. It's like their third team or so. But we are very quickly just going to transition over to this map. Normally we give a few minutes, but the players of LVC have decided to just go straight through on this one. And here we are in map number 2 on Pearl. We're going to see the same comp that LVC always plays. Zarya's going to be on the Sky. Squirtle going to be on Fade. And then we'll see Astra, Raze, and Chamber. I mean, to be quite honest, this is pretty much the comp you'll see every map from LVC, minus Zario on Sky, and John will not always run Raze, but for the most part he will. And Zario changing between like Breach, Viper, Sky, and there's another agent he plays, I forget who. Over on the side of SUNY, it looks like we may see a very similar comp, but we'll see Damien look more towards that Sova. And no, actually Damien maybe gonna hover over KO here. Say the only one locked in though, or Sai, sorry, the only one locked in. Gonna be on Chamber. We saw Sai on Jet last map, so I think that's very understandable to take the Chamber or to play this map. Play Chamber on this map as Chamber is so strong over at the B site. A Shy gonna lock in on Phoenix, a pick we very rarely see. I think we've only seen it one other time this year. JCK gonna play Astra. Radiate gonna hop on Fade, and Damien gonna take up the KO. So we'll see how this one pans out, as LVC gonna be starting on the attack this time around. They had a immensely strong performance last map. They won 13-1 over on Haven, and as I had said, I mean, this map is probably their best map. So I'm a bit worried if I'm SUNY Canton. Although if you're one of the players, you can't think that way. I will say, if you think that way, that is how you are going to lose if you think about the maps in that fashion. So we'll see if they can rebound from that tough L over on Haven, and we're now ready to get on into it. As it looks like we'll see a mid hit here for LVC. Getting mid control is very, very crucial. We'll see a Shy look to take first contact. Prowler going to hit him, not going to be able to take it out. Damien, though, backing up a Shy, so not going to be able to get picked for free if he does fall. Shy probably going to look to flash this here. Juice is ready for the push. Flicks, but not quite going to be able to get away from that flash. Juice, though, knows a couple people are here. John getting the kill onto a Shy, as three more of a Shy's teammates fall, and all of a sudden, it's down to JCK. And I mean, as I had said, mid control so crucial, and LVC playing so fast there, they just grab mid as soon as they can, pretty much at the start of the round, and there's really no counter for SUNY as a Shy plays a bit too aggressive, plays a bit too far ahead of Damien, and doesn't allow Damien to pick up that trade. So things just kind of spiraled from there. 1v4 for JCK is not in a great spot either. Gonna be a top heaven. John gets the spot, and that's gonna be the round, as LVC is certainly taking this one. Nade not gonna hit him. Maybe he can take one down with him, and no, he cannot. Squirtle picks him off. First round, pistol round going over to LVC again, as we have seen them take all three of this game. We saw them go up 4-0 early, and I mean, after that, they just continued to roll from there. LVC gonna look to take that again. This time, instead of a B put, oh no, look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. This is not good. There's just no way. LVC 5-stacking B, and we see SUNY 5-stacking A. This is just unbelievable. How fast will LVC recognize this? They're just looking to play it very, very slow. All of SUNY just getting through T, and the plant now going down. This is so tough for SUNY. They just wanted the hard counter, and now the spike is planted, and they're all stacked in connector. And Zario finds Say. Squirtle gonna run to the rest of the team here. The Molly from a Shy at least gonna back up Squirtle. The tether doesn't matter. The tether gonna find a couple, and it's all down to Damien as the rest of Squirtle teammates finding these kills, and the right click not gonna kill Zario. Puts him very, very weak, but it's not gonna pick him off. He has 13 HP and a flawless from LVC in that round. That is a super bold strategy there from SUNY, and it just is not gonna pay off for them, as LVC just picked the one round that LVC decides to 5-stack over towards the B site. That's when SUNY decides to 5-stack over at A. I mean, honestly, that's pretty much how the series has been going for them so far. Just a very, very tough one there. John maybe looking to get aggressive here onto Radiate. Gonna play off this dog from Zario, and he cannot pick up the kill. He gets a few shots into Radiate there, but doesn't really matter as Zario finds the kill onto Damien, so trade is there. Shy gonna be playing in Art, gonna have to back one down, but runs right into the crosshairs of Squirtle. Zario though gonna find that kill first, and now the ultimate getting popped by Zario, gonna know where these last couple players are for SUNY. Sardog gonna look to plant. It is a 2v3, so it's still a very doable situation here. The Haunt's gonna get destroyed though, so they will know at least one of these players is back here. Sai gonna get through Art. We'll see if Radiate can pick up Squirtle in this situation. No, gets quickly dealt with. Sai, the last player left alive, and he gets double peeked by Squirtle and Sardog. That is not what you want to see if you're on the other team. 3-0 LVC. Once again, we're just seeing LVC dominate in the kills department, and I mean the strats have just been fantastic. They've really done a great job of isolating these SUNY players when they get, even when they get a tiny bit aggressive. They manage to find the kills instantaneously, finding those picks, getting the sights open, and really just taking everything that they want. As now Sai finally gonna sit over on Torch's site. Gets flashed, so we'll see if he can pick anything up here. Prowler gonna spot him, the shot not gonna hit. Prowler does hit though, so it's gonna have to wait until that goes away. The wall coming up from a Shy, looking to flash out. The shots are so shaky though from a Shy. He had a free kill, but he just saw too many players. And the nade not gonna take down Sai. Finally a kill comes in. First blood to Zario over onto a Shy. John flying with those satchels. So we've seen him do all series, gets through bottom heaven as well. Now Damien in a 1v5, somehow LVC coming out of that pretty much unscathed. Yeah, Heal gonna give him back the last bit of damage, or give him back the last bit of health that they did lose in that fight. Damien gonna pick up Zario, but that's all she wrote. I'm not really sure what Zario was going for there. He just kind of stood there for a second. And that's a bit rough, but it's okay, as LVC still take the round very easily, and now up 4-0.
I should play some Astro Stars.
Sardog now gonna buy the op. I don't know if he had one last round. He may have. I didn't look, so he may actually have carried this op over from last round, but I don't think he did, considering how much credits he has now. So Sardog now gonna look to op over towards a main.
I'll find you.
Radiate gonna toss his Prowler out mid, or his Haunt out mid. Damien gonna spot 3 with that suppress, but it's not gonna matter. Zario gonna pick up his teammate, as that's 3 LVC players just charging at you. John looking to hunt this kill. Wisely backs down for just a second, but he's tossing all of his util here. Radiate gonna at least find Zario. 3v4 situation. Radiate looking to get through Art, has very little health. He does have the Nightfall though, if they want to get some tracks onto where these players are at on site. But Sardog watching that angle. The Haunt gonna go behind Sardog. It's not gonna hit him though, as now it's all down to Radiate here in the 1v4. No time remaining. Another round going to LVC here, as Radiate just trying to pick off these players, make this at least a little costly for them, but he will not be able to. John, he's hungry and he wants more kills, and he's gonna take that one away. As we see 2 players from SUNY sitting 0-5 and no assists on any of the players of SUNY. This is not what you want to see from your team, especially your Chamber sitting at 0-5, along with your Duelist in the Shy there. Juice gonna inspect that lovely, lovely VCT Champs weapon. One of the best songs I've ever heard from esport, especially from
I've
champs.
got your
Rocket
trail.
League, though, arguably the same. As Psy just flies on
down,
through, finds that kill into Juice, but he will not get away with his life. His teleport just a bit short. It's a very smart play from Psy there, but it doesn't pan out for him quite like he would have hoped, I'd imagine. Damien gonna bring it to a 3v3. As now Squirtle gonna get flashed. Does he spot a Shy? Yes, that's one. Can he get JCK as well? He's working here with Sardog. The tether gonna pull JCK in, and JCK finally falling. Once again, no time left for Damien in the 1v3. Squirtle putting him down. LVC up 6-0. They certainly are having fun here, I'd imagine. Zario sitting at 10-3. Squirtle has not died yet. 7-0-5. Sardog hasn't really had to do much. He's 2-0-1. Three, not even three, really. 2 engagements from the man. I mean, when you're playing at B and no one is sitting at B, I understand
Stay
that.
focused.
So LVC just kind of dominating throughout this entire series so far. A couple players of SUNY going to get marked off that haunt. John going to pop his ultimate. He is trying to get so far away, but the counter going to come in from Damien on the overload. Sardog picks off Psy in the meantime over at B. John backing up, and looks like LVC going to try to rotate. Rady going to be in a good spot, though. How will John take this and get some damage down? Now the Prowler coming out from Radiate. And John just going to find that kill regardless. It does not matter. Zario in a good spot to flank here. JC, if he decides to push on through. Here the ultimate come out from a Shy. Gonna spot John and take him out, so it's at least one before his ultimate
Careful now.
gets
Spike
removed.
planted.
Gonna spot Zario over in connector, but it's not. The shot's not gonna hit, and Zario gonna peek the second as well and get that kill. LVC still just proving their dominance and really not giving SUNY much of a chance here in this game. Now 7-0. And I mean, going back to the last game as well, LVC, or going back to the last map, I should say as well, the only round that LVC lost in that map was not even really that, like that big of like a win, to be quite honest. It was a 1v2, so still a very close round for LVC there, even in the rounds they're losing. Damien not gonna be able to find any kills. John just flying through. Now a 3v5. The Haunt though gonna mark a couple for Radiate. He's playing an art here, but only has a Sheriff, so just gonna have to back down from that fight. Tour de Force comes out from Psy. Plant going down over at A.
Planted.
This round really going to be on the shoulders of Psy here. 2v5. Not a good spot at all for Psy here. Tour de Force going to have to do a massive amount of work.
Last player standing.
Zario makes it a 1v5, and that's the first pick. All 5 of these boats going to have to connect in maybe 2.5 seconds. So round going to go once again to LVC. Psy just going to look to take a couple more rifles away from these players. Does manage to get around, but Juice too quick on the trigger. Picks him up before any more damage can be done. And LVC now up to 8. Looking to possibly even 13-0
I got enough time to go
in
into
this
the
game.
Astral Fog.
Looks like we'll see another B hit. It's going to be tough for Psy here. He's going to have to find something and just get on out. It's going to be a tough one, though, for Psy if he wants to buy his teammates enough time. Nightfall going to come in over on A, I believe, or over in mid. But unfortunately, Psy is the only one on B, and LVC pretty much has the site for free, and that Nightfall is going to be wasted. John going to find one, gets traded out, so 4v4. Spike's still not down, though, either. As now Zarya looks to plant right in front of connector. This is a bold plant. Juice picks up Radiate.
remaining.
Juice picks up another. Sardog finds the player on the flank. And now it's all down to JCK getting wall banged, stunned, flashed, blinded every single bit. Getting tossed at him. And that's another round for LVC. They have just been dominating throughout this game. Throughout this series, too. They can really do no wrong here.
BYB fam, going to Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do.
And now they'll look to continue to extend their lead. And I mean, I'm not even sure really what to say for SUNY. They just, I don't know. They just are, their shots are just a bit off. And I mean, their strats, they're just getting countered in every single sense of the word. They just, it's just been pure domination from LVC. As Sai picks up John, but 2 kills going the way of LVC. Another man advantage for them.
Spike planted.
Zarya gonna call out the dog.
Scout destroyed.
Spots 1. It's gonna be JCK who gets spotted. Damien may be able to find one outside of the smoke, but no, Juice wise to it. Spots 1, a shy, just trying to get a kill with this Bucky. Finds Zarya, so he's going to take at least a rifle off of them. JCK just trying to dodge all of these bullets getting tossed at him. Finally falls. LVC up to 10, and I mean, I'm out of words. I can commentate on what's happening in the rounds, but
Should I play some
I'll be
stars
quite
in this
honest. I
reality?
don't, strat-wise, I'm not even sure what to say anymore. They may just have to start pulling out something bold, pull out something bold, and see if it maybe throws LVC off and gives them something. They just have not had a chance in a large majority of these rounds, almost since at the start. As now Radiate gonna run into some pressure over at B main. He's gonna be backed up by Sai. Shot not gonna hit, but he gets the teleport out. Radiate gonna have to back down with all this util being just launched into his face. Doesn't have a chance to live through that one. Sai and Radiate off the B site. Spike gonna be able to go down if after Juice decides where to plant. Ashai gonna pop his ultimate. JCK picks up 2. This is the best round so far for the side of SUNY. Damien finds Sardog, but Squirtle gonna be working with Juice here, and now it's all down to Ashai. Cosmic Divider gets called out from Juice there. Ashai still in a decent spot, but he needs to start moving if he wants to get this clutch, and I think this might be the round done and dusted. Once he pops out of the smoke, he's going to get shot here, but no! He picks up 2! But it doesn't matter, I don't think. No, the spike's still going to blow up, so Ashai with some phenomenal shots there. Picks up both LVC players. Makes the round costly, but it doesn't matter as we are going into the last round of the half. And man, so very close to getting that defused, but doesn't really matter. LVC up to 11. And I just hope the defensive side or the attacking side for SUNY comes out a bit stronger, as this has just been a blowout for LVC in every sense of the word. Squirtle takes down Ashai. JCK gets a trade, but the site is free for LVC here. John not going to find anything with his ultimate early on in the round. No more ultimates on the map as Damien gets picked off by Sardog. Juice going to have to look towards Art here. Art cut. Sardog playing over in mid here. Looks like Sai maybe trying to predict this.
Man,
Juice going to
blocking
find Radiate, and now Sai going to have to find something here with JCK, but he's going to get picked off, and now it's all down to JCK. And that's going to be the 12th round in favor of LVC. They're not only on map point, they're on series point. Up 12-0 after taking map 1, 13-1. They've dropped one round in this entire series so far, and the Pistols where the comeback starts if SUNY want something to go their way. Not a lot of takeaways, to be quite honest, from this game for either side. LVC just running their normal strats, and every single time it's hitting the beat they want it to. And for SUNY, I mean, it's just been disaster after disaster, and whiff after, not even whiff after whiff, really, but just LVC playing faster, stronger, better, and I mean, that's just how this game has been. The Haunt gonna spot a couple from
there.
Squirtle. Looks like SUNY trying to get mid control. Gonna look to back on down, but every round is really do or die for SUNY at this point, as they are down onto series point. So slow from SUNY. They just want to make sure they're not getting picked here. They will be slow walking over towards A. Just 1 minute left in the round, though. They need to start pushing, and now LVC able to rotate over. This could be very, very tough for SUNY if they can't capitalize off the chaos. John finds one, Squirtle picking up another, and all the kills going LVC's way, and
Spike down
as quickly as it started, it ends just as quick. LVC gonna take map 2, 13-0, and take the series 2-0. 26-1 round count in their favor. I mean, Sardog, yeah, he's at the bottom of the scoreboard, but I mean, not really. It's the only he was 6-1. He just didn't see anything in that map. 16-6 for Zario, 15-6 for John, 13-4 for Squirtle, 14-3 for Juice. I mean, there's not really much I can say about this series, as LVC just fried every player on the map, and yeah, that's it. Normally I would try and break it down a little bit, give some analysis, but I simply cannot for that series. There literally was just nothing. There's just not much to talk about there. LVC just purely dominated throughout the entire thing. That is going to do it for us today. We won't have any matches tomorrow, but on Monday, we'll see the start of the last week of the regular season for the NACE Star League. We'll kick it all off with Rocket League finishing up their regular season with 2 matches. At 7, they have RITD3, and at 8, they have Sienna Heights. They will look to keep their spot in the first seed, and we'll also tomorrow see Valorant play Ithaca Blue in one of their final NECC matchups of the season. They will have, I believe, 2 or 3 more weeks before they're done there. So we'll catch you guys here on Monday for LVC Rocket League taking on RITD 3 at 7, Sienna Heights at 8, and Valorant taking on Ithaca Blue at 9. Goodbye, everybody.